beautiful. Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you And I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before. A certain learning and sophistication. Why? Just because I'm a woman? Honey, it's your loss. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do big... Ugh, let it go. I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. Certainly. Whatever you like. All right. See ya.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kind of acceptance. Something like that, but
If I die and go to Tartarus.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius. Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now.
Filthy, lying degenerate!
Still here? You again. What is it now? My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else. You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of... And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more. Well, I am not suffering from it. Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Are you insane? Why would I withdraw? You fool.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are? All right then. I'll get out of your way. Ah, it's you again. Hope you're set. Now, what? I've bounced the but maybe that's... Because Sentius put him there. Poor Dooley was just wandering... That's nonsense, of course. Gladly. All right.
new face, Ave, and... Interesting. Oh, come.
Ugh, this place has become a thoroughfare.
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
You there! I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but no idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. But I would like to propose. Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as? And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. Supposedly, 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. Use your imagination, golden animals, insects, trees and plants, the Midas touch, and even if we were to split all those riches between the 2 of us, half a... Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar? No problem. Allow me to. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods, no. If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no... But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away. I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously... Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence, my proposal. When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, only because he was silly enough to get caught. So, are you in, partner? Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment. And here we are, a gold leaf bow. Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you. Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. And yet you did. And now, here we are. With me out here and you in there. Until you give me my bow. No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between... It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical... Oh, I do love a good... You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out how many it takes to kill a woman, shall we?
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call my beloved Galatea. I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. A rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strained whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke. You're not supposed to be here.
Make it stop. Help us. Kill us. Kill me.
The cold.
Help us.
Help me.
Help us.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them, give them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. Forgive me. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Make it stop. Make it stop. Please. Help us. Kill us. Kill us. Kill us. Help us. Kill us. Help us. I just want to die. Kill us. Kill us.
Beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, my first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot lift the fated one guild you need. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity is preserved. I promise you this. One day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place. And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. And you think I care about that? I don't care what happens to me, as long as you get what you deserve. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace, for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. What's so special about you? What do you mean, the same voice? Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common... But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. Wait, I see what you're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it? Liar! You tried to steal her away from me, and now give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too. You think you can bring me down with your little wooden arrows before I jam this blade into your throat? What? How? That's impossible. You're trying to intimidate me. Liar! Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo... I imagine it would help Lucretia. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood? You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I swear I will never harm her. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor... I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first... In any case, I must honor... Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there. Go, and never return. At least we'll all be golden together.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, friend. Mind Oh, sounds serious. Yulia? Oh no. Alright, Alright, let me see. Stop that. Poor guy. I'll go. But
you, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, but it does not notice the crowd. You think you wish to know, but you do not. It is better for you if you remain ignorant. The newly arrived are ignorant of the road before them. Just as the ocean, but it... The newly... Just as the ocean, but it... The newly...
Thea is proof of a degenerate mind. What is it, citizen? All right?
Hey! You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you? Well, it's your funeral.
Who are you? Did he... Thank Juno, you're here. You have... I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So
So I told him he wants to keep us all here forever. Or until we're turned to God. I don't know. He said the gods are on his side. Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. Behind me, there's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. I'm going to take that key from a rat. I'm done caring about the Golden Rule. There won't be enough time. Just you. There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick, you have to let me go. It's now or never. What? No, you can't. It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. You're making a mistake.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment. He's not here. Dunno. The little Caput murder escaped earlier this morning. Tell him the punishment he gets for coming back. Whatever.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. A new face. Ave, and may see you again soon, I hope.
Oh. Salve and welcome. Oh, there's not much to tell. I suppose it all started about my pa had just arranged a husband. I spent the next week in bed. Pa, in the end, but after about a day, I remember close. I suppose the driver. Anyway, I went. Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. What? You've been here, good people here. My friend George. Well, he does. I'm just saying, there are work. Oh, I try not to worry about it. You're funny. I bet my friend Georgius will like you. And those, and I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the gold. He'll be just across the forum in his shop. Terrible shame that is. Maybe this'll help. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell, so I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I called out to them, but they just turned, and all I remember is they ran past a lit torch and the light glinted off something metallic. So I suppose it could only be one of three people: Horatius, Domitius or Rufius. I hope that helps. All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem.
Citizen.
A golden bow. Feeling all right? That's a shame.
Name's Rufius. No idea what... Yeah? No idea what you're talking about. See you around.
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Ave.
So you survived the cistern. Probably just a stroke of fortuna. Don't get cocky. Couldn't stay away, huh, love? Do I seem like anonymous threats of my style? Whatever.
What now? What? Absolutely not. I know some... You know. All right?
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, Would you stop muttering like Medea over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
They follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, but they are ignorant.
This again. You're in a world of your own, aren't you?
You, Tantalus, cannot catch the drops of water, and the tree you grasp at eludes you.
Citizen? Ah, you again. No idea what you're talking about? Ah, look, it's the rheumatism. I know that's not an excuse for how I acted. I'll leave him alone from now on. It's not as if I was ever going to hurt him any. I'm going to go and clean up the graffiti.
Ah, a new face. I hear we have you to thank. What demon or spirit told you about that? You went snooping in his place? Have you... Really? How did you manage that? Poor fellow. Really? That's... Nice to talk to you.
Salve, friend. I'm Octave. Welcome to... That's good. If you're not well, we've all been. I used to live. I still... All right, well, it was lovely to...
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back.
That's the...
What?
Why do you...
I know. Please.
I'm sorry.
Please, help him. If he goes through with it. Thank you.
You know about... Well, you don't understand. I don't... It's too late. If I backed out now, I'd be... Oh, really? But we're still in debt. Yulia and I are in debt bondage to Malleolus. Oh, I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no! I can't... I'll have to... And I...
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
And now... and now... Did you just... That was... well... You are acting very... I trust through the door.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and
You're not supposed to be in here. Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed. This is outrageous. Do I need to call Domitius? Get...
So you survived the system.
Harvey, we're finally alone. I must have... Is that about right? Seems rather brash. Sextus Sentius Imperiosus, before I wound up. My men and I, now they were the next thing. I went... Very well. Me? You know, Al Worth. Come now. Surely you didn't think you... You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was preserved... But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. He was a moralistic fellow. Never... And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied, and the next time I awoke, you showed up. But you've caught up to where he was. I mean, you've lived through the day 7 times, most. And yet everything all those people you murdered, thinking you were a hero, they died because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. So, you discovered my secret. So... Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all, and as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. And why would I agree? You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touched... You and your pathetic morality. Understand that, to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot. I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever, until you wither and... We both know you're not that stupid, so go on, make your empty threats. But believe me when Now, get out of my villa, I'm...
On your best behavior, I trust.
Arve again. Did you find what you need? Well, I suppose we'd first need to figure out which god that is. And I'm afraid even I don't know. This might sound like a strange question, but... Karen, you say? You do? Well then. I really think you should. Go around and up. I know. I just don't want to see what... Up until a few weeks ago, she was all... And then she withdrew, but she just... Look it... But I just... You have? Yeah, what else? That... What a... You... I see. Because... But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're We'll talk in the baths. There's something...
Citizen?
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm. Magistrate's orders.
Ugh. Oh. What? No. Father, is this...
I'm afraid it is.
I don't...
Because she found a way out. And if you're wondering why I'm telling you this, it's because you're never going to remember any of it. All I have to do is commit a sin, and the day will begin again. Watch this. I'm going to kill you now.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Salva... What? That's a... I doubt I'll be able to gather more...
Ave. A new face. Interesting. What else? Yeah, what else? Yeah. And I see. Because I... please, go.
You have to do something. You have... Thank you. What?
Thank you for your...
Hello. Are you well, Strange? Very well.
What? She needs the resin. What, Julia? Hopefully that was... But how could you and me in the meet? That's a...
Salve.
Name's Gruffy. What business is that? Willow, finally, somebody... I've been... I owe you. To your...
Salve, friend. Welcome. All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no. No. No, 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 no. Oh,
That's the idea.
what? Why?
Why do you...
I know. Please.
I'm sorry.
Please, help him. Thank you.
Let me guess. Don't you think I know? And it's not selfish to demand someone keeps suffering like I am. I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love, I'm sorry.
Ulpius, no! I'll have to, and I...
Thank you. Thank you. I am. Thank you, then. Thank you. I'm right in and deeply honored to be elected your majesty. And now, and now, I make this.
I should hope so. This is outrageous.
Why are you still here? An intrigue. Perhaps you're not as silly as those You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for... Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some... I let it go, eventually, and yet... But... I couldn't agree more. One hand, it seems our interests are aligned. I imagine... But first, I need you. I want you to bring me some wine. Just one... Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be... Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his... He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him tonight, at his victory party. I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I am so... So you'll help me? Excellent. Now, you'll need to pay a visit to that strumpet Aurelia in her tavern. I heard they used to be close. They both appreciate the Pope. Thank you.
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirpers? Fuck off with it, Malleolus.
On your best behaviour, I trust?
I love your clothes. So exotic. Oh, you're here. I'm so... And, I hope I'm not being too There's a light. What was that? Some kind of joke? I take back what I... Let's just forget that ever happened. I do, but I'm afraid it's not for sale. It's the last jug in the... Everything except this. Really? That's your move? Honey, I'll admit, unfortunately for you, no... What's that supposed to be? All right. See ya.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like the deer over a cauldron? You'll scare away my customers.
What are you doing here? Please leave.
Citizen?
A golden bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Oh, was there? Really? Ah, so you need to... As much as it disgusts me to say this, the thing you need to know about her is this. She's obsessed with money. One more thing, and I feel dirty saying this. She keeps a journal upstairs in her room. May Nemesis guide you. All right.
A golden
Citizen.
bow, just like Apollo and Diana's.
Fortune smile on you, sister.
Follow me, but don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together. All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman. Here, Look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates...
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
There are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means. I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try. Good question. Let's see. In the stories, but that never made any sense to me. What doesn't... In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or... So, maybe there's something special about the coin. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. Each of them is slightly different. Whether the story... But they always involved the souls of the dead. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouth. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin. That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where... But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying. No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you. To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kamut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again. Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide. As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the... The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler. First, Proserpina. It's said, the god of the underworld abducted and dragged... If the stories are true, the problem is, how do we communicate with... Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of... Truly? And your own... Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as... Can you tell me more? Is it the same? Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... If she has indeed been abducted, tell me, has she told you anything that might... Truly? Then why are you... Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made... But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option... All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason... You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish. Shh! It's everyone! That option would be the boldest, but also, as I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demi... Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means. So, if you want to confront... Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the... But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but it looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed. If you could recover and replace all four... It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides. You'll find them all over Rome. But of course they were looted from Egypt. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques. I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search. Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern. I'm afraid you're on your own with that one. But perhaps the god... It's a reasonable question. But the problem is, this place is... And even if you could build a ladder big enough... I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you.
Hello. Have we...
My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he gave me this key. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. Now nobody looks after me. You're going to let me out of here? Oh. Please. Gold? You mean... My friend Hannibal, he said he gave all I... Now no... Bye-bye. Hello. Gold? My name's Dooley. My name's Dooley. You're going to let... Oh. My friend Hannibal used to... He said he gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. All I remember is he said something... Now nobody looks after me. Bye-bye. Hello. Bye-bye.
Welcome to my humble store. Greetings. I'm George. My... And in a city full of Romans, you are asking, my name... They do. I am flattered. At first, but my point... The plague... and besides... I hope that our...